So today we have Cheryl Sandefur here with us from Capital Day School, and she is going to share with us about the different programs that they have available for children and families in the community. So Cheryl, can you tell us a little bit about the services that your organization provides for children and families?
Sure, thanks for asking, Lynn. We are a private school in Frankfurt that services children beginning at age 3. We have a preschool program and we go up through 8th grade. We have what we call, we have 2 tracks at our school. We have a traditional track, which is still probably not what most people would consider a traditional preschool class. And then we have a Montessori track. And Montessori is a specific curriculum based on, or a specific program based on a curriculum developed by Maria Montessori. Our traditional program, again, goes from age 3, we started in a preschool class, up to 8th grade. And right now, our Montessori classes run also from beginning at age 3 up through the end of 3rd grade. Montessori does their classes in 3-year blocks. So our preschool program for the Montessori class is actually 3 through 5. So 3, 4, and 5-year-olds in the room. So it really goes through our kindergarten program. Traditional program, we also have multi-age classes in preschool. So the 3s, 4s, and they're usually turning 5s by the time they get ready to leave us, are in a classroom together. Really, the program is, we have the children for 2 years and we work on what they need to continue to the next level.
So you've got a lot of different programs that are available. How do children qualify for your programs?
We have an orientation process that they come in, and we really don't, what I would consider, weed people out based on their ability. We're looking more for if we have the capability to teach them. So it's not so much that you have to hit these certain milestones to join our classes, but are you a good fit for the classroom? Are you a motivated learner? Are you ready to continue moving to the next level? We also do the orientation process for the parents, because we believe that to educate a child, that we have to work as a team, the child, the teacher, and the parent, and our administration all have to work together to teach the child.
Yeah, so and that's so true.
We really need everybody on board with that process.
Yeah, and so you mentioned Montessori. What other types of curriculum or instruction do you use within the non-Montessori classrooms, or maybe it's used in both? I know you use some conscious discipline.
We do use conscious discipline is our social emotional program that we use in our classroom. We've slowly implemented it over the last year and a half. And so the kids are learning to communicate with each other using conscious discipline. We also, just at the beginning of the school year, we incorporate some of the baby time, circle time concepts, just to help our younger kids grasp that concept of sitting in a group setting, and how our bodies should look when we're doing that, and the words that we should say to each other when we're in a group time. Again, we do a multi-age class, which I was not totally on board with when we started about 7 years ago, but I would not go back and do it to a specific age group in a classroom. Our older kids mentor our younger kids, which gives them a sense of accomplishment and leadership, teaches them leadership skills, while our younger kids are able to step up when they can. Our actual learning curriculum is theme-based. So we start the school year learning social studies skills, We talk about how to be a member of your community, and that community starts with your family, then the community in your classroom, the community of your school, the community as a whole. We talk about community helpers that we have. We talk about holidays, and then we move into geography. And so we study each continent, and because we're on a 2-year program, we do a 2-year rotation. So 1 year geography is learning about the habitats of each continent, and then the next year we learn about the cultures of the continent. We also, then we move into the science. We're in the science part of the curriculum right now, where we learn about reptiles and amphibians, plants and animals, living things, non-living things, space, oceans, and that's how we finish out the year. We also incorporate letter or numbers, colors, and shapes at the beginning of the school year, and we learn those in English and Spanish. And then we move into a specific letter of the week for the beginning in October. And so while we're doing our theme, we're also learning about a specific letter or number, color, and shape. We also reinforce our math skills during calendar time, weather time. We count the numbers of days of school. Our kids learn numbers 1 through 175 in English and Spanish. They learn the days of the week, the months of the year, and the seasons in English and Spanish. They learn weather patterns in English and Spanish. And then we graph our weather patterns. So they're learning the greater than, lesser than, equal to concepts.
Wow. So you really connect everything back to the world around them and what, like you said, the next level. So what do you do to help them prepare for that transition to kindergarten from preschool?
Well, we work on letter recognition. We work on the fine motor skills. We cut, not our 3-year-olds so much, but our 4-year-olds, they do a lot of time. They have to cut out a large letter of the alphabet every day or every week. They learn to recognize their names, to spell their names, and to write their names. So we concentrate on everything that we do. We concentrate on making it relative to them, relevant to them. So we do number recognition 1 through 20. We do the alphabet recognition. We also teach phonetics. So, you know the letter B, and you can label it as a B, but when you say it as a word, it's a B sound, not a B sound. But we also, academics, I think, are important, but I tell my families at the beginning of the school year that anybody can teach your child the letters of the alphabet. We're really preparing them to be part of society. So coming to preschool at Capital Day is teaching you those skills, how to communicate clearly, how to use your words instead of your body to communicate, how to understand that other people have differences from us, and to accommodate them without relinquishing your own rights. And that's a big concept for preschoolers, because they're so egocentric, to understand that there are people in the world around them that can't do things that they can do, and then we have to help them do those, because society doesn't work if we're all the same. So to me, if your child learns all of these other skills academically, and fine motor skills and gross motor skills, that's awesome. But if they can go into a kindergarten classroom and be considerate of the other children, the teachers, the materials in the classroom, then they're ahead of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that that is something that kindergarten teachers will always say, if they can come in with those skills for waiting and taking turns and sharing and understanding other people, and that they have rights as well, then those are all so important for them to be able to learn all those academic things that will follow after as well. So very good point. And then can you tell us a little bit about your daily schedule? What does it look like as far as preschool and your other services, the hours and your location?
We're located at 120 Deepwood Drive, which is off of 60 behind Casa Fiesta. Our day begins at 7:15. We have one classroom open at 7:15 and the children come in. I happen to be that teacher. So all the children would come into my classroom and they would stay with me until 7:40 and then they disperse to their classrooms. If they're not in preschool, then they go to another location because our preschoolers don't mingle in the mornings with the other kids. Our program actually begins at 8 o'clock. So even though they're with their teacher at 7:40, they're just doing their morning routine, getting their supplies ready, putting things away where they go. And then about 5 till 8, our program begins and runs until noon. And we have a PM preschool program that begins at noon. So we have children who leave at noon. And then at noon, we start a PM preschool program, which is an additional fee. We also, during our morning curriculum work, we have PE 3 days a week. We go to the library 1 day a week, and we have music. We start out the year 1 day a week with music, and then around the end or mid-October, we pick up a second music class. So they have 3 enrichment teachers that they also see. We have a lot of free time for the kids to explore what they're doing. We work with them in small groups, but then we also, as the year, especially at the beginning of the year, as the year progresses, they are really we do our lessons and then they just go and do the work on their own. So we're teaching them to be independent. All the kids have specific jobs they have to do in the classroom every day. Because if you are a member of society, then you have to help your society function.
That's right. That's exactly right. And within that that schedule, you mentioned the extended day. So as far as meals are concerned, do you all provide those, or do your students bring their own meals with them?
They bring their lunch with them. We provide a morning snack and an afternoon snack, but they bring their lunches. We also have an agreement with Ms. Rizas, and so she caters lunch for those children who would like to order it. There's a set menu that they can order from. The preschool menu is a little different than our K-8 menu, just because we have to make sure that we have all of those food components that are required by the state.
Right, exactly. So you've shared a lot about your program. Is there anything else? Make sure you give us some contact information if anybody has any questions about tuition or what the year will look like when we go back. Anything else other than that contact information you want to share?
Just to give you an idea of the difference between a Montessori classroom and the traditional classroom in our program, we do a lot, actually, a lot of the same work crosses over. We like some of those Montessori works, and so they're available in our classroom for the kids to do. But the big difference is Montessori has they have like a 3-hour block that they try to adhere to give the children time to explore. And for Montessori, it's more student driven. They have specific things that they are asked to do, but really the child chooses daily what they want to explore and work on. And in our traditional program, it's more teacher driven. So we're learning the same concepts, but the teacher is deciding daily what that work is going to look like for the student to do.
So that's great. You have some options that would fit different types of personalities of students. So those choices are available to families. So that's wonderful.
Yeah, yeah. Alyssa Basler, and she is Montessori certified. I know there was some questions in the community about that early on, but she is Montessori certified to teach in that program. You can contact us at Capital Day School. Our phone number is 502-227-7121. And for admissions questions, you can also send an email to our office, and that email address is office@capitaldayschool.net. So that's OFFICE@CAPITALDAYSCHOOL.net.
Awesome. And we will try to put that on the screen to make sure we have that for people too. Thank you very much for sharing all about Capital Day School today. And I'm sure you'll probably get some questions from some people. And we'll try to put some print information about your school within the Summit website as well to share some additional information. And we just want to thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.